Hi everyone, it's me, Eknus the Third, and to be exact, why I am doing here, I had a comment from one of my dedicated followers, Juliette Debris is her name, and she told me, why don't you make some vlogs and talk about things you have experienced in the last weeks, gaming news, social news, whatever that stuff is. And I said to her, the problem with my stuff is I'm a ranter and I'm a hater and I like to insult people. And this could be a counterproductive thing here on my channel if I do so. But I thought, well, let's give it a try with this little video, and I'm not sure what I'm talking about now. It's just I begin talking about whatever it is, and let's begin with the thematic which I came up some seconds ago on Twitter, where I thought, okay, games, The Last of Us, for example, it is highly praised. I didn't read any review because I didn't really care for what these so-called gaming journalists, fake pussies, had to say, and I want to get to play the game myself and to make my own decision if it's good or bad. What I've seen so far from the game is it's not really realistic in some sort, in some things. For example, the guy is sneaking up upon one enemy, human enemy, and with the flashlight on, and the person doesn't react to the flashlight. When you are in the darkness and you're looking on in one direction, and behind you someone with a flashlight, means you will see your own shadow in the flashlight, which would make you suspicious, and you would turn around and say, oh fuck, there's someone who is going to kill me. And just so a little thing which I dislike very much, because when you are with flashlight on and sneak upon someone who can see his own shadow, it makes no sense for this guy not to react. Another thing I have to criticize, even though if it's said you can deactivate this feature, is this: once you listen to your surroundings, you magically can see through walls. And what's the point? When I hear something, I am sure there's someone behind the next, someone in the next room. But this doesn't make me have the magic ability to see through walls and see the sky. This makes no fucking sense. So these are the two things I have seen from the gameplay vids I have watched of The Last of Us. Another thing I have to criticize is the way where the story is told. It's America. I am a big fan of America. Don't misinterpret my my anti nationalism against America, imperialism. Nationalism is okay. Imperialism against America. Why in America? Why not somewhere in Europe? I don't know, in Russia, or in Paris, or in Germany, or some place in Europe. Why must it be a disaster end time scenario in the US with US people and the US ways of living? This makes no fucking sense for me. Why would someone do this? I have no idea. I'm strict against imperialism, and sometimes America seems to consume everything for them. Okay, now I believe the creators are based in the US, so they know their culture very well. So it was for them, they had to make it in their country in which they live for years. So I understand that, but I would have hoped it's not again such a American imperialistic scenario where the characters are in America. Well, so these are my three things that I have to say about The Last of Us. Another thing I came up with is the switching between console generations. So I remember when the PlayStation 3 came out, and some third-party game developers created games like Alone in the Dark, um, Assassin's Creed, and whatnot, and all these games got released for the PlayStation 2 and for the PlayStation 3. So I I admit I I bought a PlayStation 3 2 years after its release. So 4 years later, I played for the first time Metal Gear Solid 4 and other games. And if you're a third-party developer and you make a game and the transition between old console generation and new console generation isn't done yet, then why do you release games on both consoles? Wouldn't it be wiser to release a game only on the next generation console, so people gonna buy more of these ones, instead of delivering your game to a wider audience by releasing it on the old console generation and the new console generation? This makes no sense for me. So all the great games which are announced for the PlayStation 3 right now, this is some kind of weird thing. Because why should I buy the game on my PS3 when I have to buy it again on the PS4 if I want to enjoy the better graphics and the next generation? And that's why I think before I make a decision to buy The Last of Us or any other game for my PlayStation 3, I wait as long as possible before I decide to buy a game. It might be that I will own the next generation already. So I wait for this, which means I'm not going to play these new releases or go straight on the first day and buy a PlayStation 4 just because I want to play this game on a higher difficulty, not difficulty of in a next generation mode. Makes no sense to me. So those are the two things I realized, and this is my thoughts about The Last of Us and of the transition between old console generation and new console generation. And now I can check back and play some good old 90s video games, because these are games I can trust. These are the games that work perfectly, and these are the games which don't need good graphics to be great games. So goodbye.